After the downpour, Kaka the raccoon rushed to the area around Grandpa Lion's house to clean up the soaked leaves and branches. The sun was scorching, and a gentle breeze blew. Raindrops from the treetops sprinkled on him, making him feel wet and hot all over. After cleaning up, he sat on the ground and drank some water, while Grandpa Lion's grandson walked towards Kaka with a roasted chicken leg in his arms. Kaka happily took the mock chicken drumstick and ate it. This was his second time eating it, and the gravy made the meat even more delicious. After Kaka finished his meal, he went to thank Grandpa Lion. Grandpa Lion gave him a bag of fresh meat he had brought back from the city. He was truly thrilled. At this time, the little fox Mark was walking happily towards Ailey's house. He originally wanted to borrow tools from Kaka, but he met Kaka on the way. Kaka gave him a bag of fresh meat Floss. The little hedgehog Nubby was running in the woods, running as fast as the wind. Ailey was bathing in a small pool near his home. He brushed his head and then his feet. Just then, Nubby walked from behind him into the water. Ailey was delighted to see Nubby actually come. Ailey brushed Nubby's back, and Nubby felt so comfortable. Then, Nubby brushed Ailey's back. This is called helping each other. Mark walked towards Ailey and raised the fresh meatloaf in his hand and shouted, "Look, this is the fresh meat Floss, brought back from the city. Think about what to pair it with to make something delicious." Ailey stood up with his eyes wide open, looking at the bag in Mark's hand with a look of surprise. Little monkey Gallo was walking toward the woods carrying a bunch of bananas. Suddenly, he heard someone calling him and looked over. It was Ailey and Mark. Ailey smiled and said, "If you have time, come to my house later. I'm planning to make some fresh meat and linguine." At this moment, Luca the brown bear was happily swimming in the river. He paddled with his feet, then gave a powerful kick. A fish leaped out of the water and landed on his head. He felt the fish's tail slap against his head before sliding down his face into the river. He thought the scene was hilarious. Luca swam to the edge of the river and fumbled for a small rubber ring. He held up the small rubber ring with his hand, smiled as he thought about it. Luca dipped the small rubber ring in the river and turned it over and over. When he clearly saw a fish following his rubber ring in the river, he suddenly lifted the ring out of the river. Then he saw a small red fish leap out of the water, pass through the rubber ring, and quickly return to the river. He couldn't help but say, "It's so interesting, you are not afraid." He repeated this action several times, but the little red fish remained the same. Luca's behavior of teasing the fish was seen by Gallo, who happened to pass by. He had never seen Luca like this before. Gallo slowly walked to Kaka, who was sitting leisurely under a tree, greeted him and said, "Grandpa, thank you for the 2 big watermelons. He asked me to bring some bananas, which were just picked." Kaka smiled, asked Gallo to sit down, and then started chatting. Gallo chuckled, recalling watching Luca teasing the fish. Kaka said, "From what I understand, Luca wasn't training the fish, he was just having fun. As for the little fish, it probably just felt bored and started playing with Luca." As for Nana the squirrel, after she got a bag of fresh meat from Kaka's house, she went to look for Nini, but unfortunately Nini was not at home. She went to the river to look for her, but there was no sign of Nini. She thought to herself, "Where did Nini go?" At this moment, Ailey had just finished making a large plate of spaghetti with tomatoes and meat floss. He shouted outside, "It's ready to eat, come in quickly." Mark, Gallo, and Nubby, who were waiting outside the kitchen, were already holding their forks. When they heard Ailey's call, they walked in together, happy as children. After Gallo left, Kaka headed towards the river. After all, he still had to go and see it after the rain. When he was about to turn the corner, he heard someone calling him. He waved casually in response. When he saw who was calling him, he was very surprised and walked towards them. Black Bear Buddha opened his arms and embraced Kaka. Perhaps because they hadn't seen each other for so long, both were filled with joy and emotion. Buddha spoke first, asking, "How's everyone? Where's Nana?" Kaka smiled and replied, "Everyone's fine. Nana should be at Nini's. You should stay a little longer this time." The joy of being with friends. The joy of being alone. The joy of reuniting with someone after a long separation. This is life. How wonderful! Today's story has ended. Thank you for watching. See you next time.